Hey booktube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me, it's the first time you're seeing my face. Hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So that's why you're here, because that's what's gonna be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in. The continued support, I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a book review. As you can see from today's title, it is On Heartless by Elsie Silver. It looks like this. This was my viewer recommendation book for the month of March, and we're just gonna come around and say it. I had a fucking great time with this book, so grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, because I got some shit to talk about. Okay, so again, Heartless by Elsie Silver. This was recommended by I don't know who. They decided to remain anonymous and never came forward to tell me that they recommended it. So if you recommended this book, thank you. Thank you so fucking much. Holy shit. A few stats about this book. We have it. This is the second installment to the Chestnut Springs Series. Now, I did read the first one prior to reading this one, so I do recommend that you read these in order, but you don't actually have to, but we'll get into that. We do feature death of a parent off page. We have graphic sexual content with very dominant style language, which is really nice. We also feature a single dad trope with a nanny, workplace romance, small town romance, grumpy sunshine, and we also feature ranchers. So if you like the rancher guys and the cowboys, there you go. Yeah, it's a good time. Now, why did I choose this book? I chose this book because it was a viewer recommendation, and also because it has been on my radar for a while. I've seen a lot of content creators on here rave about this series, so it was already on my radar to check out. This just kind of bumped up the ladder. But I did read Flawless, which is the first installment to this series, prior to reading this, and I do, like I said, recommend reading them in order. You don't have to, but I do recommend it because you will lose some of the beautiful elements and the familial elements in this book if you don't. A brief summary about this book. We follow Willa, Grant, and Cade Easton. Willa is Summer, who we meet in Flawless's best friend. She is a fly by the seat of her pants kind of girl, no real roots anywhere, just kind of goes with the flow, just a good time girl, likes to have fun, likes to joke around, always quick with a joke. Definitely one that can hold her own in pretty much any situation. Her job is a bartender, and the bar that she's working at is currently being renovated, so she's off for the next 2 months. Cade is the eldest Easton boy, and we meet the Easton boys in the first installment, Flawless. He is a grump, and he is a single dad. He's also the one that takes care of the ranch that most of this series takes place around. That falls to him. Now, Cade is in a predicament because he runs the ranch, so he's constantly gone long hours, and it's the summertime, and his young son needs a sitter. And he's being very, very particular about who the sitter is. This is a small town. The Easton boys are gorgeous. All of them. All the ladies want them. And he doesn't want to have a sitter who's literally going to be up his ass, thinking this is a free ride, thinking a way to get into his pants at all. He wants the sitter to be completely focused on his son. But at the same time, he doesn't want somebody who's boring. He's got a young son who's very active, very energetic, has a good head on his shoulders, and he wants them to be, stretched, the muscles stretched and the brain muscles stretched and exercise and have a good fucking summer. Most of his focus for the entire book is his son. That's a very heavy, heavy concern for him. So when he's looking for a sitter, nobody is matching up. Absolutely nobody. He's gone through everybody, and Summer, who's helping him find it, is just getting fucking fed up with it. She's just like, I got an idea. I know somebody who's really good at wrangling wily boys. Essentially what she says. And Cage is like, fuck it, fine, whatever, that's great. In comes Willa. Except what Cade doesn't realize is that he's already met Willa. Prior to the interview of, are you gonna be a babysitter? He went to the coffee shop and was just enamored by this auburn, light-hearted, gorgeous woman who drops her wallet, and in the process of dropping her wallet, also drops something else out of her purse, and he picks up, and they happen to be black lacy underwear. And instead of being abashed and ashamed and nervous, she just says, finders keepers, and then leaves, leaving him with literally black panties that he puts in his back pocket. And as Willa walks up to his house where she'll be staying if she gets the job, he immediately realizes, fuck no. Absolutely not. I'm not hiring you. Because since he has picked up those panties, he has not stopped thinking about the Auburn in the coffee shop. He has not been able to get her laugh out of his head. He has not been able to get her ass out of his face in his mind's eye. Like, he is uberly attracted to this woman and just her whole spirit. And so he's automatically like, no, this isn't happening. Except Willa's already told Summer about the panty incident. And this starts out to be a very comedic joke up between him and his brothers and his future sister-in-law that his young son hears. And his young son makes a joke at his expense, and Willa doesn't miss a beat and joins right in. Cade is not a stupid man. He realizes that his son likes Willa right off the bat. They have a connection. They've already started to form a bond in the first 10 minutes of seeing each other. So, believing that she's had experience, he agrees to let her be the babysitter. And after some rules and regulations are set down and we really find out who's wearing the pants, when sometimes it's her, sometimes it's him, and then later on the story, neither of them are. So that's where our story really kicks off, and it is a doozy. I had a great fucking time with this one, so let's get into what worked. What worked right off the bat? Chemistry between Cade and Willa. Off the charts fucking good. Willa stands toe-to-toe with Cade, does not deal with his bullshit, doesn't tolerate his bullshit. Cade is so enamored with her that he starts to break down his walls very, very early. Even before he realizes that they're breaking down, you as the reader see them already starting to break. And it's fantastic. Now, to understand that they're already starting to break without him realizing it, you need to have met him in Flawless. This is where the tie-in from Flawless and reading Flawless first will help, because you get a really pretty good idea of Cade's kind of mental state of, I'm very responsible, you don't risk things, you have a family, people care about you, people love you, you need to do what is expected of you and stop taking stupid fucking risks and stop being an idiot. So you get this really stern kind of uber responsible dad image in Flawless. So when you bring him into Heartless, you start to see those walls breaking down, and we start seeing this kind of joking character that Willa is literally dragging out of this man, and it is awesome, and it was such a good time. I had such a good time with their chemistry. It was so good. It was steamy, it was hot, it was funny, and if you know anything about me, I love being turned on and laughing at the same time. It's a great fucking combination, and this book hit it right on the fucking head. Fan-fucking-tastic. Cade's character. Cade is a new favorite of mine. I love Cade. I do. I love him inside and outside the bedroom. Outside the bedroom, he is super responsible. He's got a level head on his shoulders. He focuses on his son. He's got a good life going. No, is he super star like his rodeo bull riding brother Rhett? No, he's the quiet, reserved guy who's dependable, who you can count on, who will hold your hair back while you're puking up your fucking guts because you're sick. He's that guy. He is the caretaker, but at the same time, that caretaker's got a side that needs to be taken care of and responded to, and it is awesome. Outside the bedroom, Cade is fucking fantastic, but inside bedroom, Cade, phenomenal. So many moments in this book I had to put down and take a couple minutes to myself because Cade was so oh my god, he was perfect. I fucking loved him so much. This book took me a little bit to get through because I had to put it down because I needed private moments to myself so many times because of Cade's demeanor in the seductive bedroom build-up, teasing, carnal scenes. Oh my god. Yeah. He's right there. He's right there, and he's fucking fantastic at it. Oh my god. Brilliant. Loved him so fucking much. I loved the way he spoke. I loved the way he looked, the way he was described and looking. I loved how he could convey so much with just a look. Silver wrote his facial expressions and his body language to convey exactly what he was thinking, exactly what he wanted to say, and he didn't even say a fucking word. And if you've ever experienced that in real life, might need a minute right now just thinking about it. Because damn, so amazing. Awesome. Same with Willa. These two characters were just awesome. Willa's character reminded me so much of myself. She was a spitfire. She never gave up. She never gave into things, but yet she had this vulnerable, weak side. She's far funnier than I am, but her humor was always there, kind of a defense mechanism, but at the same time, it was still appreciative humor. It wasn't doggingly down humor, like dogging herself kind of humor. It was comical, people enjoyed it, but the people that really got to know her knew what it was actually meaning. So she wore her heart on her sleeve for those who actually loved her and took the time to know her, but those who didn't want to waste her time just thought she was a crazy fucking bitch, which I can relate to that so well. Oh my God, I can. I loved it. I loved her so much. I loved how easily she incorporated with Luke, the son. She just jumped in feet first and went all in. She wasn't afraid to make an ass of herself in front of this little boy. She wasn't afraid to push him to broaden his horizons. She wasn't playing it safe with him. She wasn't treating him like he was a fragile little kid who had gone through this whole like bad thing. My mom left me and abandoned me and my dad's gone all the time. She didn't let him have a fucking crutch. She's like, fuck this. Be your own fucking badass. Let's do this. And she saw his strength and his talent right from the get-go, and she started to flourish. At the same time, there were times where she wasn't his friend. She was a caretaker. She was an authoritative figure, and the way she handled both of those moments I thought was so awesome. She was able to play both roles really, really well, very, very seamlessly. I loved her. I also love the fact that she owned her own sexuality. This bitch likes sex. She likes it. She likes a certain way. She likes certain things, and she loved it. And Cade met her sex for sex, innuendo for innuendo, and she played it up, and she played the teasing up. She played the seductive little nanny up. She played those innuendo jokes, knowing that eventually one day it would go somewhere, and it was awesome. I loved her so fucking much in those moments. I loved her. I did. She's fucking awesome. I also really enjoyed her loyalty to her character, to her friends, to Summer, to Rhett, to Luke. There's multiple scenes where she is very defensive of Luke, very in your face, and she's not afraid to make herself look a crazy person because you hurt someone I care about's feelings. I love that because I'm that person. If I claim you as my own, I will protect you. And I love that. I could relate to her so freaking much. I loved her. Did I mention that I loved her? She was amazing. She was such a high point in this book. Cade was such a high point in this book. The characters, my hero and heroine, they were perfect in this book. Absolutely stunning. Another thing that works in this book, the banter. The dialogue between all of the characters. I'm not just talking about the hero and the heroine. I'm talking all of the characters. There are so many one-liners in this book. Dirty one-liners, humorous one-liners, fucking inside joke one-liners. Oh my God, they are just all over the place. This book is dripping in humor and I love it. I love to laugh. Laughing is one of the best things in the world. It is probably better than some sex. I'm telling you right now, but if you can laugh during sex and also get off during sex, which you can in this book, fucking amazing. Loved it. Loved every single second of it. The banter between Cade and Willa, this back and forth, I mean, it is bam, 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 bam. They are not missing a fucking beat. And when they do, when somebody finally one up some, they're just like, all right, well, fine. And they own it. They accept it. They're not pissed off that they got one up. They just relish in it. There's like, okay, well, you got this one. You got this one. I'll get you next time. I got you next time. And I love that. I love it because that's how me and my husband are. This couple reminded me so much of me and my husband and our banter back and forth and just our circle of friends, the banter. I just could relate to every single element in this book so much. I loved it. I loved it. But if you want to talk about some banter, I mentioned some innuendo banter. Oh, the dirty talk in this. That is fucking amazing. There are so many lines in this book that I had to stop myself that Cade says, and I'm just like, did he really just say that? I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna like tell my husband, like, can you just like drop this like sometime? Because this is fucking dope. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I was getting wet from just the fucking talking. Like, this isn't, we haven't even hit the actual sex part yet. This is just the innuendo and the talking and the daring and the truth or dares and just the inner monologues and the thought process that are going through these people's heads. Oh my God, it was so hot. I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. So well done. I normally don't highlight in my books. I did read this on Kindle, but I have a few lines highlighted on my Kindle because they were that good. I read primarily most of this book on my back deck, and there are many times where I had to be like, dude, he did not just fucking, oh my God. And I'm looking around at who can hear me and who can see me because I'm literally out in public reading this book. And I'm like, I really hope no one knows what I'm reading about right now because damn, but I don't really care if they do because that was fucking fire. I loved it. Dirty talk, on point, gotta love it. I love a good dirty talk book. Love it. There are so many things that worked in this book. I mean, this book was damn near perfect for me. There is one thing though, however, that I found that didn't work, that didn't sit well with me, but if it had been any different, we would not have had the story that we had. So like I said in the beginning, Cade is very particular about his babysitter. He's very stringent standards. He doesn't want anybody who wants him. He doesn't want anybody who is going to bore his son. He doesn't want anybody who thinks this is a free meal ticket or easy. He wants someone who actually gives a shit about the job. And Willa is brought in under false pretenses. And when he finds out that they are false pretenses, he doesn't do anything about them. Now, I'm glad that he doesn't because Luke has already been attached to Willa. But because it took him so long to find that out, that's what kind of bothered me, is because he was so stringent in the beginning with all these people that when the chick who walks up, that you have her underwear in your back pocket at this current moment, you're going to agree to like that because your son made a joke at your expense and she played off of it. It just seemed so easy. He was so strict in the beginning and then all of a sudden he just caves on it. And then when he finds out that the rowdy boys are not young boys, they are just drunk assholes in a bar, his immediate reaction is like, I'm gonna fucking kill Summer. But that's it. He doesn't further delve into it. Now, granted, feelings have already started. There's attachments, there's bonds have already started forming. But it just seems like he folded just a little too easy for his character and the way he was set up. But if he hadn't, we wouldn't have the story that we have. Now, when that situation happens, Silver does turn it into kind of a comedic duh moment. And it was nice the way she did it, but it just was like, he was such an asshole in the beginning about the babysitter. And he literally picked the one kind of person he didn't fucking want. Okay. Were you thinking with the right head there, dude? Were you? Like, that was my immediate thought. But besides that, I had a great fucking time with this book. I couldn't really find anything else super wrong with this book. Which brings me to my spice rating, which this is a 4 chili peppers, because this is what I really want to get into. So, dominant language, dirty talk, right off the bat. Cade. Cade. So good with the dirty talk. The dirty talk helped build up these sexualized tension scenes that we kept building on and building on and building on. And I was like, are we going to get it? It was getting to the point where I'm like, if you don't stop teasing me, I'm going to put you the fuck down. It got to that point, and I love that point. I love being right at the edge where I'm just like, are you going to give it to me or are you not? Like, I am twitching here and I'm shaking and I need this. I need this release. Give it to me. And then when she gave it to me, oh, FTD bang right fucking there. Oh my God, that was the best fucking release for all the sexual tension buildup of these inner monologues and these hot tub scenes and these little grazes and these touches and clothes sticking and seeing piercings that you normally wouldn't see and seeing folds and just, oh my God, that release was fucking dope. Sick, dope, awesome, fucking loved it, fire. Because that scene is one of my favorite acts. And I've got to talk about it. So not only is it public, it's on the front porch of their house. She comes home after going out with other people because he basically pawns her off because, you know, he can't have anything to do with the sitter. He keeps fighting himself and fighting himself. We've already had one kiss, which was super hot, but that's all we got. And just all this buildup is building there. And I'm just like, are you gonna ever fucking do it? Are you gonna do it? Oh yeah. And they did in a fucking great way. She starts mouthing off because, you know, she's a Spitfire. She's a redhead. We're Spitfires. What can I say? And he basically says, if you don't stop fucking talking in that dirty fucking language, I'm gonna fuck your mouth clean. And this bitch doesn't miss a fucking beat. She drops to her knees and says, bring it. By doing nothing but opening her mouth on the front fucking porch. Literally saying, either put up or shut up, dude, because I'm done playing this fucking game. Bitch after my own fucking heart. Oh my God. Oh my God. I fucking died. I died at that moment. I died and I came back. This is a ghosty version of Jackie and it's just as pale as the real version of Jackie, but still, it was fucking dope. It was awesome. Oh my God, I love that scene. And I want to bring this point up. When I mentioned that I loved Willa's ownership of her sexuality, there is, in her inner monologue, she says this, and I highlight this line, I might be the one on my knees right now, but I'm the one in control. I'm the one that owns this. And this is shit I have said for years. I don't know how many fucking times I have been in conversation with my girlfriends who say, I don't like performing oral sex. It makes me feel degraded. Fuck that shit. That is a total fucking power trip. Favorite thing to fucking do because I am in control of that shit. And now I have a heroine who literally feels the exact same fucking way. I am in control. You come when I say you're ready to fucking come. I will make it last as long as I want it to. This is me owning this. You are feeling everything because of me. This is a total fucking ego boost and power trip. And Willa fucking understood that. Holy shit, that was the best fucking scene. Best release. Oh my God, it was awesome. And I want to read it again. I did. I read that scene multiple fucking times because that scene was fucking dope. And I took some time to myself. Yes, not even ashamed to admit it. Took some time to myself, guys. Damn good one. Damn good one. And then they fight and he chases after her and he says, if you really think I'm gonna accept that and not return the fucking favor, shut the fuck up, get on the bed, take your clothes off, let's go. Man after my own heart. Yes. Yes. There's a couple other major hot scenes. There's a birthday scene where, you know, tensions are high, ex-wife, baby mama shows up, makes her feel a little jealous, and he needs to remind her of who she belongs to and who he's with. So he uses underwear to gag her and then fucks her on the counter while Ivory's having a kid's birthday party outside. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Yes. Sign me the fuck up any day of the goddamn week. This book was hot. This book was steamy. This book made me want to go jump my husband. And I did. Straight up. Not gonna lie about it. Love this book. Loved it. Loved the sex in it. 4 Chili Peppers. Oh, I love the ownership of sex. I love the control the sex had. I love the dominance of the sex. I loved the carnality, the actual description of the sex. I knew where everybody's legs and arms were at all fucking times. I loved the uniqueness. I loved the just spontaneity of it. I love the fact that they didn't care who's around. I love the fact that they used whatever was around because that's fucking normal to do. I loved all of this. This was amazing. The sex in this book was spot on. Probably one reason why I love this book as much as I did, because the sex was fire, the plot was fire, the romance was fire, everything was fucking dope in this book. I only had the one problem. That was the only problem I had with this book. It was, oh my God, so many good moments in this book. So fucking many. But the payoff in this book, it's there. For as long as it takes to get to that super sexy fun time, the payoff is worth it. And I'm not just talking about the orgasm involved. The connection that they have when those actions happen is beautiful. It is stunning. It is stuff that you fucking want. While all of this humor and banter is going on between these two, all the little innuendo digs, all the, okay, daddy, I'm ready kind of jokes that she throws in to kind of make him grumpy and irritated and annoyed. This is building this really strong foundation to a very healthy, sexually active, happy, loving relationship. One where both sides are invested and they have, despite everything going on, have chosen each other. These two genuinely chose each other. And you saw that in this book. You saw it in their intimate moments. You saw them in their banter moments. You saw them in their angry moments. You saw through their fights working through each other, not just stepping away and letting people walk off. You saw him chase her. You saw her chase him. You saw it. You saw all of these building blocks. So when that payoff comes, when that relationship happens, when that sex happens, when that orgasm happens, it is so fucking worth it because it was so strongly built. This relationship has a strong foundation and you know it's going to last. It's one of those love stories that even if it didn't have the epilogue, you know where it goes. You know there's a happy ending. There's no unanswered questions. And if there is unanswered questions, they're really not that fucking important because you got what you needed. And you got this found family. You got to see this beautiful picture of all of these three and then soon to be maybe some extra special guests, but it was fantastic. I had such a great time with this book. Such a great time. So my final thoughts, this book is fucking dope. I really enjoyed Flawless. I fucking loved Heartless. Love this. This was amazing. I'm very glad that this was not the first installment to this series because I don't feel like I would have loved it as much because I saw Cade in the first one. So knowing that, please read Flawless first or you will lose some of the beautiful parts of this book. You do need to read Flawless, but to actually understand the story, you don't. But to understand the beauty and appreciate it, you do, if that makes any sense. But it was fucking dope. If you love small town romances, fuck me, this is great. This is great. It's got the small town element of everybody knows everybody, everybody knows everybody's business, and everybody wants to bang everybody, that whole kind of small town feel. But at the same time, you have this outsider and she feels like she doesn't really quite belong in this small town. So you get what is true of a small town and also true of an outsider's perspective and how you go about melding those together. Beautifully done, beautifully done. And Cade's a new fucking favorite. New fucking favorite, guys. Yep. Like him a lot. Yeah. He's definitely a new fave of mine. Definitely a new fave for sure. This was amazing. So to whoever recommended me to read this book, thank you. This was 5 stars for me. Hands down, easy 5 stars. I'm so thankful that you recommended this to me. I was eventually going to read it, but thank you for recommending it. So I bumped it up because I am so glad that I am in on this storyline now because this was fire. I plan on picking up the rest of the series. I've already got Powerless, which is the 3rd one, sitting on my Kindle, waiting to go. And I'm excited about Restless coming out. I think it's this year it's coming out. Super excited. I've already purchased all 3 of these books for they're en route to me to be delivered. It's like physical copies. Thank you so much. And to Elsie Silver, if you ever see this, thank you for writing a heroine that I 100% can get behind. Willa is me, and I fucking adore you for her, creating her and putting her out there because I have yet to find a heroine that I can 100% say I can put myself in her shoes. Willa is me to a T. That's the way I think, the way I feel. And I love the fact that you made her so sexually open and expressive and dominant and submissive all at the same fucking go around. Thank you so much for your creation of these characters. Cade's a new favorite. Willa's a favorite of mine. This is a new favorite. Thank you so much for your story and trusting us with it. This was phenomenal. So that's what I've got for you guys on Heartless. This is 5 stars. Go pick this one up. You need to. It's definitely worth it and you don't want to miss it. And especially that front porch scene. I'm just telling you guys, make sure you're alone when you're reading it. You have a good one. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.